So in front of us we've got on page 79 onto 80 an A to G set of recommendations, and we've also got two further recommendations which are the same or parallel to Piston Road, in that that we've got recommendations in relation to both ensuring that there's a green landscaping and trees plan, and also that there will be a specific local liaison forum for Milton Road. Those are the recommendations in front of us, and we've had a number of issues, including raised by councillors, such as what are the opportunities to have, are they called tiger crossings, or but to have better, so in terms of some of the issues of detail which are not, which are within the scope of the plan for Milton Road, we've got the issue raised by Councillor Sargent about just seeing whether there is some work that can be done about pedestrian and cyclist permeability on Mitcham's Corner, accepting the recommendation that the main project will now be looked at as part of tranche 2. There's also in the autumn a City Council development plan consultation about Mitcham's Corner as well, so that may feed some discussion. We've definitely got the issue raised about the shape of the road around the end of Hurst Park Avenue, where it meets with Milton Road. We've got the issue of the proposal, which is still for a junction at Highworth Avenue, but discussions about some of the detail. And I'm sure there's some other details I'm not covering, including segregated bus lanes, segregated cycle lanes. So, do you want to add anything on this report, Mr. Warren? No. Are there any comments from board members about it? Councillor Birkin.
Can I just ask on Mitcham's Corner how the city deal work on what we've just been talking about at the moment on Milton Road and Piston Road dovetails with the City Council's work on its development framework for Mitcham's Corner and the consultation that the Chairman's just mentioned?
Good question. I'm just looking to see if any City Council colleagues were present. I think one of the issues there is that what's been developed is very much an urban realm type scheme that City Council colleagues have developed. Work needs to be done how that works in terms of traffic terms, how it works in terms of cycle safety concerns. Cycle camping have some concerns about how that might work. Some of the team have been looking at a similar scheme in Oxford that's recently been implemented to take a view on that. So we feel there's quite a bit of work to be done yet. There's also a question mark over the cost of it. It could be quite an expensive scheme, be £4 to £5 million. Does it deliver city deal objectives in terms of improving the transport infrastructure, or does it deliver more wider objectives in terms of improving the environment? So I think we'd all agree the environment is it's a real 1970s museum piece of a traffic layout. It doesn't do much for the local environment. It needs something doing to it, but we just feel that we're not far enough advanced to develop that. It needs more work. We also feel it needs a positive decision by the board as to whether they want to commit a significant sum to that, which we would recommend taking as part of the tranche 2 decision-making process. My understanding is the City Council are pursuing other funding streams through development works in the area, but I don't have the answers to that here just now.
Okay, any other questions? Can I then move to the recommendations? So we've had a fair bit of discussion by way of responding to the questions. So we've got recommendations to note the findings in the initial consultation report, to take forward the do something option, including the Union Lane closure, which I know there's some concerns about, but it's a proposal because it has a significant benefit to as part of the overall project. Elizabeth Way area, there's still floating bus stops where should highway space permit, but excluding the ideas for band right turns at Gilbert Road, Arbury Road and King's Hedges Road. To agree to consider major changes to Richmond's Corner as part of tranche 2, but along with the point that I made, if this isn't part of the recommendations, that there's a number of points that will be there for the local liaison forum. Note further technical work, support the development of traffic management measures, delegate authority, but I think there was a point at the assembly that the... Sorry?
Can I raise something on that point?
On which point?
That one.
Yeah. I was just going to say on F that the Assembly, while you're getting to the front, that the Assembly wanted to see the proposals informally. Was that part of their recommendation? So in addition to this process, I just think we want to make sure that other members of the board and the Assembly all see the proposals.
Yeah, yes, it's possible, that's in change, yes.
Yeah, okay. Councillor Sargent.
Yeah, if you read F literally, it means it will come back, it will go to further consultation without actually coming to the board, and the approval will be by the chair and vice chair of the board. That is surely not what you want, or certainly not what residents want. Surely it has to come back at least to the board and we would hope to the Assembly for approval before it goes out to consultation.
Chair, if I may, we weren't asking for formal approval, we were asking to see it so that we could feed into it.
Can I ask your view on this, Mr. Mingus?
We're more than happy to share the detailed proposals when they're worked up informally with board members and assembly members before they go to consultation. Clearly, if we bring it back to the board, that will add several weeks, 6 weeks to 8 weeks into the process for moving the scheme forward and delivery. And essentially, I would suggest will be essentially turn into a consultation on what we're going to consult on. So we would think it would be better to work the scheme up with local liaison forum input, work the scheme up, then go out and ask the public what they think on that scheme, and then bring that back.
I mean, basically what it says is that myself and Councillor Burkett will take the flak if, and we also have the opportunity, when it says in consultation, it does mean that if we didn't like it, we would stop it.
I understand what you're saying, Chair, but the problem is that the two previous stages, so the options stage and this stage, have come to the board, but the most important stage is not coming to the board, and I think that's totally wrong.
Well, it's going out for further consultation, Councillor Sargent. Councillor Burkett?
Well, that was going to be my point. It is the most important stage, and it's going out to members of the public for consultation.
Could I ask about the timescale for that, please, bearing in mind the money?
1st of November.
Okay.
So when do the public get to have a look?
1st of November.
And then the next stage is what after that, when decisions are made?
Decision well, the consultation will run to
6 weeks.
6 weeks to Christmas. It will be assessed. The timescales are actually in the report. And they're also in the back. So the timescales are in Appendix 7. So if you look for the Appendix 7, you'll see the timescales. So I want to move these as a package of recommendations with the extra 2 recommendations that are the same as for Histon Road on landscaping and trees, and also on the role of the local liaison forum. Can I see those in favour? Thank you.